So when you talk about visioning and value honing or dreaming, only one story really comes to mind that really encompasses everything of what we're talking about. In 1963, probably one of the most famous speeches of all time were given here in America by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., where he gave his famous speech, "I Have a Dream." And just to give you a little backdrop for those of you that weren't there at that time, is in the midst of the civil rights movement, which was coming on the heels of a lot of not so good stuff that was going on in the country historically when it comes to civil rights in the country. Dr. King had been imprisoned and put in jail. There were boycotts going on for different things that were happening. There had been a history of different civil rights issues that people were fighting for equal rights and equal opportunities in education and housing and all these different things. And in 1963, Dr. King has this chance during a march on Washington where hundreds of thousands of people come to hear this speech. And he has the mic with the world listening. And at that time, he could have said anything. He could have talked about being falsely imprisoned, and he could have been justified to do so. He could have talked about all the different atrocities that had happened over time. And he could have been very justified to do that. But he didn't. He took the mic and he said, "I have a dream." And my favorite part of the speech is where he says, "I have a dream that the sons of slave owners and the sons of slaves could sit together at the table of brotherhood." Now, when you think about that statement, at the time, there's no way at that time that would be a reality. But the dream was so powerful, it started a sequence of conversations and discussions and even legislation that allowed the country to shift and come together because we all could see the same dream. I love this passage of scripture that says, in Amos 3:3, it says, "Can two walk together unless they be agreed?" Well, if you don't have a clear vision, and if that vision doesn't captivate people to be able to not only see who you are, but also what you desire to do and what you desire to be, that can bring some energy, passion, and alignment, then you're gonna end up being stuck repeating the past. And after almost 100 years since the emancipation, Dr. King said, we don't need to have another 100 years of this. Let's cast a dream. And let's see if we can reshape our future by today working on living out this dream. That's the power of a dream. So what is your dream? Do you have a dream that wakes you up in the morning, gives you energy, and makes you want to do something to live it out? Do you have a dream that you can share with somebody that when they hear that dream, they're so excited, they want to help you accomplish that dream? Dreams are powerful, and there's a reason why every night you have one. The question is, are you using it to fuel and drive your life? And I encourage you to take a moment, reflect, and dream again. It doesn't matter how bad things have been. It doesn't matter what the track record has been. The only thing that matters right now is how big is your dream? And are you willing to do something to fulfill it?